Good morning, folks. Here is another little update video of a bike belonging to Chris. He's very kindly sent me some photos, and he has recently relocated his rectifier. Well, he's done it twice actually. So this first photo shows where he put it without having to use the extension cables that I make, and he's done that by sort of pulling the existing wiring harness up, and he's managed to originally mount it in front of the airbox, which I suspect, well, he himself decided, having watched my series of interminable videos about the subject, to relocate it to the front of the bike, because obviously that rectifier is under the side panel and very close to the air intake as well. So he moved it. He's got some cables from me and then put the rectifier regulator underneath the oil cooler at the front of the bike. And this shot shows the extension cables connected, and what he's done is to wrap the connectors themselves in a form of silicone tape, you know, this like a self-amalgamating tape. The 4-pin connector is actually a waterproof connector. The 3-pin isn't waterproof, but that's standard anyway under the bike. But he's wrapped them there, and this next shot shows bringing the two cables up one of the frame tubes on the right hand side of the bike, and then round the front of the swinging arm. You can see the pair of the cables. Now it's possible to mount the 4-pin connector under the right side panel. You don't have to bring that lead up following the 3-core cable there, but Chris decided to do it that way. So he brought the cables up and then under the cradle, under the tank, along the frame tube, and then back down again on the cradle at the front. So that white cable tie there, Chris assures me he is going to replace that with a black one. It does make it stand out a bit. So the two cables are running down that frame tube, and this next shot shows the rectifier in place at the underneath the oil cooler. So it's a case, normally people put them under the steering yoke, but several people have also relocated it underneath the oil cooler, and certainly I think any location is better than the original under the bike. So he's mounted that there, so obviously that is in the airflow at the front of the bike and is going to be a lot cooler. I know there's a possibility in traffic or whatever, if the bike's stationary, there might be radiated heat off the engine. People have raised that point when other people have put the rectifier there, but to date there have been no failures whatsoever actually after relocating the rectifier. There's been countless ones prior to that, with failures of the rectifier in its stock position under the bike. So there it is, and as you can see, it's a fair old way off the engine. You know, the cylinder barrels are quite a long way away. So there it is. Chris has done it, got the cables, moved it again, and I think it's certainly far better being in the airflow rather than being tucked under a side panel near the air intake for the engine. And there it is, he's done it. So well done, Chris. Thank you for sending me the pictures, and onwards and upwards, as they say. Been out on my Interceptor just now to go and get a haircut. So being a bit OCD, I go to the same ladies' hair salon and have done for 27 years. Yes, and in that period I've only ever had my haircut elsewhere once, and that was me during COVID, when I very rashly shaved all my hair off with a pair of clippers. So I took my bike a 26-mile round trip, getting a nice steady 14 volts on my onboard voltmeter, with my happy rectifier underneath my steering yoke, as it has been now for 11 months. So long may that continue. So there you have it, a brief video about Chris's relocation and my hairdressing habits, which I'm sure people will find grippingly interesting. My email address is in the description of this video, should anybody want to get in touch. And in the meantime, take care. I had one near brush this morning with a person who just pulled out of a pub car park about 20 feet from me doing 30 miles an hour, and then seemed to think I'd done something wrong. It happens all the time. So if you're out on your bikes, take care, and I will post again soon. Bye for now.